Alors, don't focus. What the fuck is happening? What? All right. Okay, this one works. All right. Okay, this one works.
You basically always get that.
Work. It's working, working. Now, gonna what's the fucking show's name? Host of Dragon? Host of Ballet.
Strong Lord Commander of the King's Guard. But he was ill for some time. He passed in peace, I hope.
Yes, Your Grace. He was found to have passed gently in his sleep. His remains are being prepared by the Silent Sisters. The succeeding Lord Commander, Sir Harold, would like to make haste in finding Sir Ryan's replacement on the King's Guard.
Your Grace, my lords, King's Guard must soon be restored to its full complement of 7. With the help of the Hand, I've invited a number of fine candidates to court. All have passed fair trials.
4 ships have now been lost. The last one was flying my banner. The Stepstones have now grown into a conflagration, yet you sit here and dither about court business.
If you've something to discuss, Lord
I want to know what is to be done about my ships and my men.
The Crown will compensate you for your ship and crew and make an offering to the men's family.
I don't want compensation. I want to seize the Stepstones by force and burn out this crab feeder.
I am not prepared to start a war with the Free Cities.
These pirates are not the Free Cities.
Who do you think provides them with their ships and tender?
In all of its history, my lord, the Seven Kingdoms have never entered open war with the Free Cities. Were that to happen, the losses would be incalculable.
What reason does the crab feeder have to fear us? The king's own brother has been allowed to seize Dragonstone and fortify it with an army of his gold cloaks. Daemon has squatted there for over half a year, without even a protest from the crown.
I'll caution you, Lord Corlys. A seat at the king's table does not make you his equal.
I have acted, Corlys. I've sent envoys to Pentos and Volantis to see if we might find common cause. Ships and men are at the ready. The Stepstones will be settled. In time.
You have dragon riders, father. Send us.
It isn't that simple, Rhaenyra.
It would be a show of force.
At least the princess has a plan.
I only meant that we should at least...
Perhaps there's some better use for the princess's talents, Your Grace.
Why don't you take the princess to see about the new King's Guard posting, Lord Commander?
A fine idea, Your Grace.
This knight will protect you as well. You should choose.
Sir Desmond Caron. A fine knight, Princess. Step forward, Sir Desmond. Son of Sir Royce Caron, Sir Desmond has proved strong and steady in both the tourney lists and without. While traveling through the King's Wood on his way to King's Landing, Sir Desmond recently brought a would-be poacher to justice.
You might thank him for his loyal service, Princess.
We thank you for your loyal service to the crown, sir.
Sir Ryman Mallister. Son of Lord Lyman Mallister of Seaguard. Winner of the melee at Cider Hall. He was the last mounted of 3 and 20 knights. Sir Ryman was knighted at 8 and 10.
Do any of these knights have combat experience? Beyond capturing poachers?
Sir Criston Cole. Son of the steward of the Lord of Blackhaven.
Be welcome, Sir Criston. You saw combat in the Stormlands.
Dornish marches, Princess. I fought for a year as a foot soldier against the Dornish incursions. Sir Arlen Dondarrion knighted me after we raised 2 of the watchtowers along the Burnway.
I choose Sir Criston Cole.
Let's not be too hasty, Princess. There's no doubt Sir Criston is a fine warrior, but houses such as Crickle and Mallister are important allies of the Crown. Seaguard, for instance, is the realm's prime defense against reavers from the Iron Islands.
Those men are tawny knights. My father should be defended by a man who's known real combat. Should he not?
Of course, Princess.
Well, let us plan Sir Criston's investiture then.
The Valyrian capital was built into a volcano, much like Dragonstone. And the Dragon Lords, the highest of the nobility, lived here, at the volcanic face, closest to the source of their magic and power. And this was the Onogrion, where the Blood Mages worked their craft.
It is truly wondrous what you've built.
Oh, no. I only pore over the histories and provide the plans. The stonemasons build the structures.
Do you believe that Westeros can be another Valyria, Your Grace?
That depends whether you speak of the Freehold at its height or at its fall. Over 1,000 dragons, a navy large enough to span the seas of the world. The glory of old Valyria will never be seen again. 7 Hills. Tell me, how is Rhaenyra?
What do you mean?
Well, these days she doesn't say more than a few words to me. I think she might find it difficult to discuss personal matters.
It will take time. It did when I lost my own mother.
I wish she would approach me.
What if you went to her?
There are times when I would rather face the Black Dread himself than mine own daughter of 15.
I think she would open herself to you if invited. You do have such an easy way about you, Your Grace.
You do not mention our talks to Rhaenyra, do you? I fear that she wouldn't understand them.
No, Your Grace.
It's only been half a year since my mother died. And already they tried to marry my father off and replace me as heir. I know those men and how they plot in their secret councils when I've been sent away.
You cannot worry at the matters of lords and kings, Rhaenyra. What if your father were to remarry? Your father loves you. He chose you for his heir.
He didn't choose me, he spurned Daemon.
Kneel with me. I find this is a way to be with my mother. Here in the quiet of the Sept. I feel close to her. know it sounds foolish.
I don't think it's foolish.
I don't. Good. Because I thought you might try. If not for me, then perhaps for them.
What do I say?
Whatever you wish. It's only for you and the gods to know.
I want him to see me as more than his little girl.
Mine own father does not know the language of girls either. When I wish to talk with him, I know that I must make the effort.
Thank you.
Your Grace.
I'm glad we could meet. I know tempers ran hot today, but I wanted to assure you how much I value the bond between our houses. Rhaenys is my favorite cousin, after all.
I wish to apologize for the tenor at the small council today, Your Grace. It was not my intent to make offense.
Your fleet is one of the realm's most important assets, Lord Corlys. But you must understand, as king, it is my obligation to avoid war until such time it is unavoidable.
None among us desire open war. Might I speak plainly, Your Grace?
I always welcome the unfettered thoughts of my council.
I fear that the eyes of our enemies are presently fixed on the Red Keep. The Queen has passed. A girl has been named heir to the Iron Throne, the first in its history. The king's brother, so disinherited, has claimed the Targaryen seat on Dragonstone without challenge. And now a foreign power has established a colony in our most critical shipping lane.
You paint such an aspirant portrait of my reign, Lord Corlys.
It is an honest one, cousin. At the moment, the crown is perceived as being vulnerable.
And a blind incursion in the Stepstones is the only way to demonstrate that we are not?
To elude a storm, you can either sail into it or around it. But you must never await its coming.
Do you have a specific course of action to propose, my lord?
Join our families. Wed our daughter Laena. Unite the two great surviving Valyrian houses. With the Targaryen dragons and the Velaryon fleet bound in blood, you can show the realm that the crown's strongest days are ahead, not behind.
I must admit, I haven't given marriage much thought. It hasn't even been half a year since Emma passed.
The realm expects you to take a new wife sooner or later, Your Grace, to strengthen your line and produce more heirs. You could not ask for a stronger match than Laena.
We haven't spoken much since.
A regret of mine. We should be free to speak our minds to one another.
You can say whatever you'd like. You are the king.
I loved your mother very much.
As did I. Sir Harold provided a fine field of tawny knights.
Oh?
But in questioning them, I discovered that Sir Criston was the only man among them with true battle experience.
You will make a fine knight of the King's Guard.
Today at small council,
Paid no mind.
I thought I might have had some insight.
You're young.
But
You will learn.
This is our best chance to save the digit, Your Grace. The maggots will remove the dead flesh and hopefully stop the advance of the rot.
I held an audience earlier today with Lord Corlys and Princess Rhaenys.
That was most charitable of you, Your Grace. I'm sure Lord Corlys appreciated the spirit of it.
He proposed a marriage.
To whom? Your Grace?
The Lady Lena. To combine the strength of our houses and demonstrate my reign's strongest days are ahead, not behind.
Lord Corlys has overreached, Your Grace. Such matters must be discussed with a small council.
That is what I'm doing, presently. So, what is your advice, dear Otto?
The Lady Lena is young, Your Grace.
Indeed, but the wounds made by the Great Council still linger, my king. A match with their daughter would go a long way towards sealing the breach. And uniting the two great Valyrian houses would certainly signal unity throughout the realm and beyond.
The Grand Maester's reasoning is sound.
I do fear what Rhaenyra might think.
What does it matter, Your Grace? Her mother has passed. Her father must propagate the royal line.
I dearly loved my own lady wife. The pain of her passing still haunts me. And to be compelled to replace her for duty's sake. You are the king, but I do not envy you.
What was it like flying the Black Dread? You were Balerian's last rider.
Only for a short time, before he died. With Balerion died the last memory of Valyria of old.
But Vhagar still lives. Somewhere. But too large for the Dragon Pit.
Some would say too large for our world.
Do you know where she nests?
I'm sorry?
Do you know where Vhagar is now?
The Dragon Keepers believe she made home somewhere on the coast of the Narrow Sea.
The workers at Spice Town report hearing her song at times. They say it is a sad thing.
I imagine even dragons get lonely.
Your Grace, It would be a great honor to join our houses as they were in Old Valyria. I would give you many children of pure Valyrian blood so that we might strengthen the royal line and the realm.
Is that what your father told you to say? What did your mother tell you?
That I wouldn't have to bed you until I turned 14.
It bothers you, does it not?
My father is a king. It is his duty to take a new wife and strengthen his line.
I did not ask for a lesson in politics. I asked whether this bothers you.
Lena is your daughter, Princess. Does it bother you?
Of course it does. But I understand the order of things. I'm not sure you do.
If you mean to elicit some anger from me, you should know that you are failing, Princess.
Quite the opposite. Whether it's to my daughter or to someone else's, your father will remarry, sooner than late. His new wife will produce new heirs, and chances are better than not that one of those will be male. And when that boy comes of age and your father has passed, the men of the realm will expect him to be heir, not you. Because that is the order of things.
When I am queen, I will create a new order.
Oh, I wish that could be Rhaenyra. But the men of the realm already had their opportunity to appoint a ruling queen at the Great Council, and they denied it.
They denied you, Princess Rhaenys. The queen who never was. But they bent the knee to me and called me heir to the throne.
Do you remind your father's men of that as you carry their cups? Here is the hard truth, which no one else has the heart to tell you. Men would sooner put the realm to the torch than see a woman ascend the Iron Throne. And your father is no fool.
The small council is urging me to remarry. Seems the realm wants for a new queen.
A good and kind queen will give comfort to your subjects. Does the small council have a particular lady in mind?
Lord Corlys Velaryon has offered the hand of his daughter, the Lady Lena.
A very strong match, Your Grace.
I must admit, I don't know Lena very well.
I'm sure that she is good and kind, and that she will enjoy your company, as I have, Your Grace. I brought you something. I asked the stonemasons to mend it.
This is a very kind gesture, Alicent. Very kind. Come.
The hand, Your Grace.
Your Grace, I've called a small council to an emergency session.
Why?
I think it best you hear it directly.
Very well.
Patroxios Sintroro Macetas, exis nuis. Basso Gendona, Lodicio e lot upidas.
Scorcidoso, Zedriso, Dromon, Tomepsa, Uliroti, Rilaudixa.
Dariloros daimon Sikiasidas e Glivzeus.
Daemon.
The prince left a missive, which I believe might explain.
It is the pleasure of Daemon Targaryen, the Prince of Dragonstone and rightful heir to the Iron Throne, to announce that he is to take a second wife in the tradition of Old Valyria. She is to assume the title Lady Mysaria of Dragonstone. Her Grace is with child, and is to have a dragon's egg placed in the babe's cradle, in the custom of House Targaryen. The Prince has invited you to his wedding, Your Grace. It is in 2 days' time.
God's been good.
Who is Lady Mysaria?
We believe...
Daemon's Hall. This is nothing less than sedition.
I strongly agree, sire.
My brother wishes to provoke me. To answer is to give him what he wants.
The realm is watching, Your Grace.
What would you have me do? Send him to the wall? Perhaps I could put his head on a spike.
Daemon has seized Dragonstone, has surrounded himself with an army of gold cloaks, and has now stolen a dangerous weapon.
Skoriodromon, you apes. Skoriodromon, Daemon Leitas.
Dromon hidrotso iles Dariloros. Dariloro belo matzumbile idrepte encono.
Assemble a detachment, Otto. I will go to Dragonstone and drag Daemon back to face justice
Your
myself.
Grace. My apologies, Your Grace, but I cannot allow it. It's too dangerous. Daemon is without limit. Let me go to Dragonstone. You're the most comely girl at court. Why do you destroy yourself? Will you see the king tonight?
If you wish it. Good day, Sir Criston.
My lady. I've assembled 20 of your best household guards, my Lord Hand. Sir Harold will also join us.
Please look after the hands, Sir Criston.
Welcome to Dragonstone, Otto.
Your occupation of this island is at an end. You're to relinquish the Dragon's Egg, disband your army, banish your whore, and leave Dragonstone by order of His Grace King Viserion.
Where is the king? I don't see him.
His Grace would never lower himself to entertain such a mummer's farce.
Sir Crispin, wasn't it?
Sir Criston Cole, my prince.
Ah, yes, apologies. I couldn't recall.
Perhaps my prince recalls when I knocked him off his horse.
Very good.
This is a truly pathetic show, Damon. Are you so desperate for the King's attention that you've resorted to skulking about like a common cutpurse?
I'm simply keeping with the traditions of my house, the same as my brother did for his heir.
Those traditions are for the true-born children of royalty, not for bastards fathered on a common whore.
Lady Mysaria is to be my wife.
This is an abomination. With every breath you soil your name, your house, and your brother's reign.
Our love does not know titles and traditions.
And what of you, men of the City Watch? Aiding the prince in his treason?
The king made me their commander. They are loyal to me. You've come for the egg. Here it is.
Are you mad? You've never survived this.
Well, happily, neither would you.
To choose violence here is to declare war against your king.
Wonderful.
Even if it ends in the death of your unborn child and its mother. All of you, sheathe the fucking steel. What are you doing here, Princess?
Preventing bloodshed.
Sir Criston, please escort the princess to safety.
Take care not to startle Syrax, my lords. She's rather protective of me. Kepanucha ineza dritoro, dariraroso brostas, kesu ugleisa, luon zombaz mianuchon isa. Kepus?
Ia sila vosse euro daor.
Vedroso dari ohi ikida.
Indrari onorion daor. Tubi maneri, Nike de Niklas.
Apraziri ziriema.
Dreptan li daor.
Sekedja sut nuchon vronkron, dromon laudigon ao belvitas.
Pipo zadr zomi mazem pilo vule, konir nuhruho sutailan.
Siculant.
Razilari tubi.
I'm right here, Uncle. The object of your ire. The reason that you were disinherited. If you wish to be restored as heir, you'll need to kill me. So do it. And be done with all this bother.
You announced that we were to be wed?
On the morrow.
And that I was with child. Your child.
Perhaps when we are wed, we can make that true.
I ensured long ago that I would never be threatened by childbirth.
Good. Children can be such irritating creatures.
You swore to protect me, Demon.
Dragonstone is quite secure.
Until the king decides to reclaim his ancestral seat. His men might not put the prince's head on a spike, but what would they do with the Commoner he claims he's taken to wife and made with child?
No one will harm you.
I have been sold this property more times than I care to count. Beginning in a homeland I can no longer recall. Most of my years have been spent living in terror.
You're safe with me, I swear it.
You are Targaryen. You can afford to play your stupid games with the king, but I cannot. I didn't come into your service wanting gold, the power, a station. I came to you to be liberated.
Liberated? From what?
Fear.
No, please, Lord Lionel. I have come looking for an unencumbered opinion.
That's all I would ever give, Your Grace.
Ever since my name was read by the Archmaesters at the Great Council, I have felt Corlys Velarion's envious gaze staring at me from across the Blackwater.
You sit upon the highest seat in the realm, Your Grace. Proud men don't like having to look up.
Laena Velaryon.
Lord Corlys is your master of ships. And she is the eldest daughter of the wealthiest house in the realm. She comes from unimpeachable Valyrian stock, and she has Targaryen blood. What's to mislike?
She is 12.
She will mature.
I never asked to remarry.
As king, you have a claim on all things. Even those you don't want. Marriage is not an obligation you can put off for long.
What if I was to reject Lord Corlys' proposal?
He would not be likely to take it well. I fear nothing short of a direct line to the Iron Throne would satisfy him. You should also consider that we find ourselves on the precipice of war in the Stepstones, and the Sea Snake holds claim to nearly half the realm's ships.
He would not dare withhold them in the face of the realm's need. Who is he to act to me?
No one, Your Grace. But Driftmark makes for a better ally than it does an enemy. The Sea Snake has made a calculated reach, fair play for a man of his position. If you truly want my unencumbered opinion...
I do.
You should wed Laena Velaryon, Your Grace. Sate Lord Corlys and fix him at your side, permanently as an ally.
Your Grace, the Princess has returned from Dragonstone.
Dragonstone?
Your Grace.
You disobeyed me. You fled King's Landing without a word. And you acted without the Crown's leave. You are my only heir. You could have been killed.
May I sit?
You went to Dragonstone.
And retrieved the egg without bloodshed. A feat I'm not sure Sir Otto could have accomplished alone.
Yes, well... I sometimes forget how alike you both were. Your mother's absence is a wound that will never heal. Without her, the Red Keeper's lost a warmth, and I dare say it will never recover.
It pleases me to hear you say this. To know that I'm not alone in my grief.
I wish I had known better what to say to you in the aftermath. I struggled to realize that my daughter had so quickly become a woman grown. But I know she understands what is now expected of me.
The king must take a new wife.
I could never replace your mother. No more than I intend to replace you as heir. But you are my only heir. And our line is vulnerable. Too easily ended. And by marrying again, I may begin to ensure that we are better defended.
Against who?
Whomever may dare to challenge us. I do not wish to make us estranged.
You are the king. And so your first duty is to the realm. Mother would have understood this. Just as I do.
Good morrow, my lords. I have decided to take a new wife. I intend to marry the Lady Alicent Hightower before Spring's End.
This is an absurdity. My house is Valerian, the greatest power in the realm.
And I am your king. Rhaenyra.
House Valarian's origins reach back to old Valyria. More ancient even than House Targaryen, according to some texts. But unlike the Targaryens, we were no Dragon Lords. For centuries, my house had to scratch out an existence from the sea with grit and luck. When I ascended the Driftwood throne, I knew what I wanted. So I went out and seized it. Unlike every other Lord of the Realm, I can say that I built my house's high seat with the strength of mine own back. I've always thought of you and I as having been made from the same cloth.
I wasn't aware you had a king for a brother.
We're both men who have had to cut our own way through the world. We've been passed over too often.
Did you call me to Driftmark to remind me of my low standing, Lord Corlys? Or was there some other reason?
You've heard of the troubles in the Stepstones?
Some Mirish prince is feeding Westerosi sailors to the crabs.
I've been petitioning the king to send my navy into the territory. But he's denied me.
It was never my brother's strongest trait.
What?
Being king.
The Crab Feeder is backed by powerful entities within the Free Cities who wish to see Westeros weakened. And the king's failures have allowed him to accumulate strength. If those shipping lanes fall, my house will be crippled. I will not have Driftmark beggared while our king idles himself with feasts and balls and tourneys.
I will speak of my brother as I wish. You will not.
Waiting in the Stepstones is a chance for you to prove your worth to any who might yet doubt it. We are the realm's second sons, Daemon. Our worth is not given. It must be made.
Are you kidding me? Look at this. This has to be a mistake. He couldn't have given us seats up here.
This is a joke. Just a joke.
Oh my God. Can you believe these seats this guy gave us? Look at this. You gotta be kidding. Oh, this is crazy. We could have stayed home.
I could have ridden the treadmill and watched it on TV and gotten the same effect.
Why would he do this? Why would he give it? Did he do it on purpose?
I don't know.
Should we give him the benefit of the doubt?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not used to giving people the benefit of the doubt. I don't even know how to condition myself to do it.
I thought he had courtside seats. I mean, can I borrow your binoculars for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, thank you very much. Oh, well, he does have courtside seats. He's sitting on them. He and David Spade.
What?
He's sitting next to David Spade.
I can't believe it. I'm gonna call him. Fucking asshole. Ah!
What?
He screened my call.
How do you always screen your call?
I saw him on the binoculars. He screened the call. You know, I always thought people were doing that when I called them. This just confirms it. See, he taught me a lesson. I was going to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. I almost did. And then something said, no, don't. Don't. It's not for you. That's not my thing.
That was a complete and utter waste of time.
What a waste of time.
Why did we even stay the whole time? I don't even know.
Oh, Sandy Goodman.
Listen, just don't go nuts. All right? I know you want to say something, but don't.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, Larry, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the game?
Well,
you told the head of NBC to go fuck himself?
yeah, I did. The guy says he's gonna fix me up with taking. He puts me up in the rafters, the worst seats. I mean, it's crazy. And then I caught the asshole screening my call.
So you crap on the head of the network? What are you doing?
He's apoplectic. Apoplectic, Larry. That kind of behavior is completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
You want to know what else is unacceptable? It is totally and completely unacceptable that you would grill my daughter Gracie about whether I took her to a birthday party and then you call me a liar?
Oh, okay, first of all, I didn't really grill her. I just asked a question, and I didn't call you a liar. I just said it was interesting.
What about this would you find interesting, Larry?
Well, the fact that you told me that you were taking her to a birthday party, and she said she never went to the birthday party, so I thought that was interesting.
Do you also find it interesting that, in fact, I have two daughters, Grace and Mary? I took Mary to the birthday party.
That's interesting.
What I find interesting, in fact fascinating, is that you would go back to a restaurant where you and I had a meal for the sheer purpose of harassing a waiter for the most insignificant incident I'm sure that's ever happened in this man's life.
We split a check, and he doesn't want to coordinate the tip.
Why should I?
Why
do
should
I
you?
need to coordinate the
You
tip?
go out with a friend, you tip in concert.
Why are we in concert? There's no
What?
concert.
No, two
We're
different
not in
people,
concert.
two different tips. A tip is a solo, Larry.
No, it's
Thank
not.
you.
You tip in
Yes, it
concert.
is.
Thank you.
Come on.
Solo.
If
No.
you-
Tip is a solo.
What is the big secret? He's got a big secret. What is the big
You're
secret?
digging into my personal thing. I gotta know what my taxes are? You wanna know what I paid for my house?
I just think it's the right thing to do. That's
There's
all.
no right and wrong to it. In fact, you're wrong, and I'm right.
That's not even the big
There we
issue
go.
here, by the way.
Yeah.
Because unless you apologize to Sandy Goodman, there's not even going to be a reunion show.
What reunion show?
Didn't you tell him?
Yes. What are you talking about? We discussed it the other day at lunch.
I don't remember you telling me that.
What?
You told me point blank. You discussed it. Everybody.
not-
I
Cool.
did discuss it.
But look, a reunion show. Well, let's do it. It's a great idea.
All right? You got all the principals, but the project's in the toilet because Larry David doesn't want to sit in the loge.
I don't think that was the loge. That was way up.
Larry, you have got to speak with Sandy. You have got to clean up that mess. You got to apologize.
I never should have left you alone with Goodman. Jerry's right. You got to apologize.
Fine.
Oh, what are you going to go? Are you going to go in begrudgingly, or are you going to go in sincere?
Begrudgingly.
Oh, you can't give a begrudging apology. You got to give a sincere apology.
I'll go somewhere between begrudging and sincere. How's that?
Somewhere between. Where between?
I'll straddle the line.
What kind of line?
It's not completely sincere and it's not completely begrudging.
I'll tell you what the line is. The line is you probably fuck up the apology. That's the line.
If I fuck up the apology, then I'll apologize for the bad apology.
You can't apologize for an apology. You get one shot. That's it. Hey, what about Cheryl?
Okay.
There you go. All right.
I'm gonna hate myself more than normally.
Hey, Jeff, did you see my cell phone?
No, I did not.
Hi, La. Oh, here it is. All right. Listen, I gotta run. Don't forget to pick up Sammy, okay?
I'm not gonna forget.
All right.
Hey.
What?
No, thank you, Larry, for saving my life.
Saving my life? How'd you save my life? You didn't save my life.
I diagnosed your illness.
All right, well, it's treated and I'm feeling great.
Give it up, man.
Give what up?
What kind of person doesn't say thank you to another person for
You know
saving
what?
their life?
Oh,
I'm
Larry,
glad you're
thank
feeling
you so
better.
much. You saved my life. I'd be dead without you.
You would be.
Oh, bullshit.
You would. Yeah, you know what happens to Lyme disease if it's left
What?
untreated? Everything goes. The kidneys, the joints, the lungs, the heart,
Well, then
everything.
you should be
Yeah.
very glad I'm feeling better, shouldn't you?
If somebody saved my life...
You didn't
I'd be
save my
fucking-
life,
I'd be kissing-
asshole!
You know what?
What?
Next time, I'm not gonna say anything, okay? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and let you die.
You,
know what?
want me to die? Get the hell out of
You
here.
got a little spot on your forehead.
Get the hell out of here.
Don't get it checked out. It's not skin cancer.
Ouch,
Don't check
ouch,
that out.
ouch.
That little spot you got there. I just wanted to apologize if I offended you or insulted you in any way. So, this is me apologizing. It's about as sorry as I can get. I guess my question is, was it sorry enough?
That's it?
No good?
No good.
Too begrudging?
Very begrudging.
Can I apologize for the apology?
You know what? I want to put the kibosh on our relationship. I can see where this road is going, and I don't like it. So we're done. The reunion show is off. Yeah.
Good luck to you.
I'll be fine.
Good luck to your network.
Thank you.
All right. I could not find your acid reflux pills, so I got you Tums and echinacea, found a ginseng.
Oh, what's the matter? You sick?
I have a stiff neck. I have aches. I have pains. I'm not well.
Have you been in any tall grass recently?
In the Hamptons over the weekend, yes, with my kid. Why?
No reason.
Larry, you saved my life.
Ah,
I'm not gonna do what you do.
okay. Hey, everybody. Let's get back to work.
All right.
Pick it up from Kramer's entrance.
Larry, I want you back. Let's go home and make love.
Hello?
Hey!
Hey!
So guess what?
What?
Show's back on.
Get out of here!
Yeah!
Unbelievable!
I know.
What did you do?
I talked to Goodman and I straightened it out.
You apologized.
No.
Well, listen, you never believe what happened to me. I'm driving along. I'm in Beverly Hills. You'll never guess who I bump into.
I give up.
Meg Ryan.
Who?
Meg Ryan.
Really?
And I said, you are absolutely our dream cast for George's ex-wife. And she's gonna do it.
What?
I'm gonna put her on. Hold on.
Larry, isn't this great? George's ex. It's such a great idea. Anyway, I just wanted to say thanks. Here's Jerry.
Show's back on. Meg Ryan's in. We're gold.